Today we're going to be rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. Will they cyber? Will it danger? Will President Deeply be the next candidate to rule the AI world? Let's take a look. All right, we're going to start off with the Ceremonial Tracer. It is a white 1 generic 2/1 giant soldier Ulsh, whatever that is. Tap. Return all creatures to their owner's hands. Oh my god. Is that even fair? It has summoning sickness, so you play this, and it's just like it's the upheaval for all creatures. So everyone gets like 1 turn to deal with this, and it doesn't exactly attack. It's like a super defensive card. Very unique ability. You guys think it's busted? I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. Although I have to admit, okay, if I bounce all the creatures, I get like it costs no mana to activate. So let's say it does survive a rotation. I bounce everything, and after I replay Ceremonial Tracer, nobody is basically... And if you couldn't deal with it the first rotation, well, you're not going to deal with the second rotation. So basically, creatures are useless so long as this thing's on the battlefield. Dies to Bolt so fair. Well, who's playing Bolt in the Commander deck? Come on, there's no room for Bolt. You got to squeeze in those cute little 8-mana enchantment spells. So annoying, hoses any creature-based deck without removal, or activated abilities, or Pithing Needle, or Cursed Totem, or this or that. Yeah, so like there's a lot of ways. I think there's a lot of ways of dealing with this card. I think it's okay. Like it's a pretty strong ability, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's broken though. Like there's nothing, this card is not going to win any games. Like it will prolong games, and but you still get to make your land drops. Like if you have 0 removal in your deck, also if nobody has removal in the deck, that's your fault. Like nothing. Oh my god, it's a pretty, yeah, it's good. It does hoses the tokens. I'll give it that. It's the token hoser. Also, Color Pie Break should be a blue card. Maybe. I don't know what Ceremonial Tracer has anything to do with bouncing all the creatures. But since when has the AI ever cared about the Color Pie? Alright, I'm going to give this a pass. I don't care how strong. It is a strong card, but I think there is a lot of room to play around this thing. Like, it doesn't have haste, and you have to activate the ability. Come on, Pithing Needle is a staple. It's a staple in all formats, including Commander. Alright. With that, we're going to move on to Barney, apparently. A Shadow Warp Hooter. Barney has somehow escaped his magical playland and ended up, I don't know, in the ghost house of dinosaurs. We have a blue 2 generic 4/4 dinosaur. It's legendary. Can be your commander. Other spirits you control get +1/+1 for each land you control. Holy crap! That's insane! Every spirit deck will play this damn thing, because they'll give every spirit like +4/+4 right off the get-go. And it's in blue, which is a spirit color. Put a +1/+1 counter on a Shadow Warp Hooter. Put a +1/+1 counter on a Shadow Warp Hooter. If you control a black creature, draw a card. What is going on here? So, okay, I just put the counter on it, and for putting a counter on it, I get another counter, and then it's going to check to see if I have black creature, so I just draw my whole deck. That's it. So basically, this, plus any random black creature, which also can be spirits, and I've drawn my entire deck without paying any life. And this thing, well, it's not infinitely big. Hold on, do I draw, if you control a black creature, I have to draw a card. Okay, so I gotta be really careful how many cards I draw, so this is not infinitely big. To be clear. Alright, so someone has infinite life. The Shadow Warp Hooter has a little bit of work to do. It's not a spirits. Why other spirits? The dinosaur is an ally of the spirits. You know what the first spirit was on the face of the earth? It was the dinosaurs. They died and became spirits before any other creatures. The first big wipeout. I love how the art is him surrounded by other dinosaur spirits. It is on point. Okay, this card's broken, though. Absolutely not. Super unhinged power level. I just put a counter on it, and it gets more counters, and then I can draw cards. Basically, against the spirits decks, like, oh my god, is there... Do you have a black spirit? Do you have a black creature on the battlefield? Enemy spotted. Gotta kill it immediately. Alright, moving on. We got the Shane of Smash. It's a green, red, 2 generic, 4/4, When Shane of Smash enters the battlefield, destroy target land. Is that it? It's just 5 mana. It's just bad Avalanche Riders. No, not really bad Avalanche Riders. For 1 extra mana, particularly the green, it's a 4/4, and you don't have to pay the upkeep, which was the Echo. The Echo. That's what I was thinking of. So it's actually good Avalanche Riders in some way. This looks like a real card. They literally could print this card as a rare and as a Kavu. We're going back to Invasion, people, where the Kavus were there. We can curve back out into Flame Tongue Kavu, into the Shane of Smash. Looks like Godzilla. Well, some of them Kavus were pretty big. Kavu Kindred! Kavu Kindred, let's go! We need to finish the... There's not enough good Kavus out there. Let me just put it that way. You gotta... Kavu is one of those creature types. You gotta fill in the cracks with them changelings. Sack Spirit Dinos to make oil tokens. Oh, Toads is a little bit behind here. Oh, it's got Tappy's Hammer! Where there is the Shane of Smash, there will be the Spirit of Tappy. Let's not forget Tappy. Tappy for president. Okay, I'm giving this easy pass. This looks like a real card. 5 mana land destruction. And by the way, land destruction is so relevant these days. Blow up your Urza Saga, blow up your Gaia's Cradle, blow up your Maze of Ith. This is a great card. It actually looks, this so much looks like a commander card. I'm surprised it's AI generated. They could ship it with the art and everything. There is a dinosaur 10/10 for 5 mana, blank text on it, forgot. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Vanilla creatures can be as big as they possibly can be these days. The Bloodthirsty Prison. When prison attacks. What the hell? The prison? So what, these are prisoners? We're going to combine our forces to make the Bloodthirsty Prison, which is a white 2 generic 2/3 Astartes artifact with vigilance and indestructible. It's very interesting that a prison has vigilance. Prisons don't even move. Indestructible. As Bloodthirsty Prison enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+0. This is... I guess this would be a staple in any Kindred deck. Like anything. So you play humans, you play this. You play Blue-White Merfolk, you play this. You play spirits, you play this. I mean, it's literally... It's a free roll. Not, well, maybe it's like a weird lord that's indestructible. Like 3 mana indestructible. I mean, that's pretty broken. It's pretty pushed. Seems busted, but it's kind of right on track for power creep. Yeah, it doesn't even destroy the artifact destruction. Now, it can still get, like, unraveled back into your deck. It can still get exiled. So there's a lot of ways of getting through this. Oh! But there's more. The best part of these AI-generated cards, of course, is the flavor text. I don't know how they came. Mush, I will teach my land who takes why. And their poop... No, sorry. And their puppet, sometimes the flesh smells you understand, said Baron to Gerard. And Gerard said, what? Are you smoking? Oh, we got Grando with the huge super chat. So Grando. Hey, Nikachu, I remember your video about giving every card Storm. I actually coded that game into X-Mage. It's fully functional with every card ever. I'll send a video about it. Oh my god. When YouTube channels inspire people to make new into X-Mage. Use the owner of X-Mage? Or can you, like, code anything you want into X-Mage? Prisons tend to be bloodthirsty. True story. And their poop. Words well said. The flesh. Nothing got removed from the great... Well, I guess you could say the fleshes have been reached. According to the flavor text. What? And they're... Oh, no, yeah, no. I thought it was poop. It's actually their... I thought it was P-U-P-P-E, but it's really their puppet. So, you know, I spoke too soon. It was their puppet, not their poop. It would make more... It would be funnier if it was about their poop, because you can fling the poop outside the prison. Flavor-wise, it's interesting that this is indestructible, because you are in a prison. No one can get you behind... I mean, hey, you're caged up, but the world is also caged up from you, so flavor win on that. It's basically like a weird true name nemesis. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is barely printable. Like, this card, I don't even think would be very good in Legacy. I think you can print this. It would just be really pushed in Standard, Pioneer, and Modern. But outside of that, I think actually this is an underwhelming card. Also, it's an artifact that still has some vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities. Mush I will. Yeah, mush you. Okay, I don't know. To be on the safe side, we're going to disqualify it. The safe side, people. Got to be safe around here. Abolish nobility. It's a green 3 generic 5/2 human. When Abolish Nobility enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices an artifact, creature, and planeswalker? You have to sacrifice all these things? What is this? Competing for braids by the most oppressive thing you have to sack? Each player... So you can sack this, the human. Then you have to sack an artifact and a planeswalker. There is no spirit and promise. Yeah, tell that to the Barney card. It does feel black, but what do they put on a green card? Look at his big stick. He's telling you, we're abolishing the nobility around here. Why is this not a spell? Well, you know what? It's a little bit better as a creature because you do not lose your own other creatures. You can at least sacrifice this human compared to sacking your other stuff. Boring creature type? Yeah, human. Whatever. When humans rise up and attack against your mobility. The nobility, which is the planeswalkers. Yeah, that's a lot of desolation for a green card. We have no artifact. Well, you might have an artifact. Don't ramp it out with Soul Ring, that's for sure. I think this is fair. Like, okay, everyone's sacking something. Just make sure you don't have... And like, artifacts are super common, so you're probably going to get nailed by this thing one way or another. I guess the best way to play around this is just, you know, have a bunch of treasure tokens out. Don't play a planeswalker until you get your Abolish Nobility out. Also, people can just sack their crappiest cards. It's not going to help versus token decks or anything like that. But it will absolutely piss everyone off at the table, and you make them sack their Soul Rings, their Chrome Boxes, their Mana Vaults. They'll be super unhappy. Very powerful... Yeah, it's a powerful control card, even though green, hard to be a control color. Green is a hard color to be in control, but it's possible. Imagine if it was 3 Simseed. No! And tutor for it with Coco. I don't like the sound of that at all. Oh, we found the answer to the Bloodthirsty Prison, because it's an artifact, and it's a creature. Gonna get him! So that you look. People wonder, why is the AI printing this? Well, it's trying to balance out the metagame. It passes. There is no spirit and promise. Remember, the Abolish Nobility promises absolutely nothing. Okay, Unexpected Scorpion. It's coming right... It should have had Flash. How does this not have Flash? Okay, it is a black 5 generic 5/5 creature, which apparently voted for flying... Because scorpions don't really fly very well. Them pincers are not very aerodynamic. Whenever Unexpected Scorpion deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, draw that many cards. What does that mean, draw that many cards? Like, I just sack it once on combat? Oh, deals combat damage. I'm assuming you draw cards equal to the damage dealt to it. It seems okay. You have to attack. You have to deal damage. You gotta sacrifice it. You draw yourself some 5 cards. Sort of strong, but it's also, you know, 6 mana. Oh, hell. Flying Scorpions. Remove flying, add haste. I don't know about that one. Nobody, yeah, no one expects the Unexpected Scorpion. Also, no one expects the Scorpion to have flying. Yeah, the flying is what's unexpected around here. I'm about to play the Unexpected Scorpion. Well, we know it. We already know about it already, but it has flying. Well, at least the snakes can't reach the plane. Yeah, that's true. I think this is passable. It looks like a real card to me. I don't even think it's broken. Doesn't have summoning. Like, I would think giving it haste is more broken than giving it flying. That's for sure. Have you seen Monty Python? I have. Do they have flying scorpions there? Did the AI get inspired by Monty Python? I haven't seen every Monty Python movie, though. Angelic Imp. We got a white 1 generic 2/2 cat cleric. Gourd Goblin. Sorry, that's the adventure. Gourd Goblin. Black, 1 generic. Sorcery. Each player discards their hand. Oh my god. Why? And what's going on in this image? We have a chubby meatball on the top of some weird fruit or vegetable with a face on it. That's a bit creepy. I guess that's why we discard our hand. We just get the hell out of the game as soon as possible. Okay, naturally as flying. A cat cleric flies, also voted for flying. Whenever sounds like flying is winning the presidential race. Okay, whenever angelic imp attacks, if it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Okay, so it's just like a 3/2 flyer. Each player discards their hand. That sounds too strong and very, very unfair. So just turn 2, even turn 1, I could discard everyone's hand. There is no way that this card can get printed. Cursed art, cursed adventure, mech creature. Why does he look like Kate Sith from Final Fantasy VII? Could be. Could be. And on the creature side, it's very, very mech creature. I mean, the power is in this, the Gourd Goblin. What's the Gourd Goblin? The thing in the background? This watermelon-looking something. It's not watermelon completely because it's got a weird shape of a pumpkin. It's like a pumpkin meets watermelon meets Furby or something. I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. Let's get out of here. Let's move on before we stare at it too long. If we stare at it too long, it's gonna turn us into stone or something. The Fisting Suke. It's a black 3 generic 5/7 Shagon. Flying. When Fisting Suke enters the battlefield, it deals 62 damage! Oh no, it just deals 62 blue creatures with flying. Well, what does that even mean? What the hell does that even mean? 62 blue creatures with flying. But it doesn't even say, like, what they are. It is an interesting idea that maybe a creature enters the battlefield and you physically put a bunch of creatures attacking someone for a 1 shot of damage, like sort of cheating or skipping or like preemptively getting a combat step, and you have the option to block them. I think that's a neat idea. It casts 62. It casts 62 votes for flying. That's fraud. Yeah, flying is winning this race. All the constituents are coming out. You get 62 storm crows. Well, anyway, this is, I think chaos ensued a little bit on this card. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. The 62 blue creatures with flying. Are they 1/1s? Do they deal damage? I am dealing 62 blue creatures. Am I giving them to them? Am I giving the creatures to my opponent, or are they under my control? What the hell does deal mean in this case? If it was 62 0/1s with flying, it would still be broken. Yes, you give it. We just have to pair it with what's it called? The Bloodthirsty Prison. The Bloodthirsty Prison. But remember, there's no spirit and promise. There's no promise what these 62 are gonna deal to you. Okay, disqualified. It don't make sense. But I can understand this guy's anger. They're angry. This liar's... It is a liar soldier creature. You can be a liar and still be the simple staple 1.3. What the hell does that mean? All right, moving on. We got the Hiatos Rider, black, Orzhov X. It is a fic. Go fic yourself. Looks like some sort of weird minotaur. You know, it's got the body of a horse and sort of a body, the bottom of a horse, the top of some sort of Phyrexian thing. Anyway, it's a legendary artifact. Each opponent bit whiffing cards in Lad. Whenever a creature is exiled under Ender to cast this spell, discard your hand. Chaos ensues. It didn't ensue very far, so this card can go fick itself. Fick off the Hiatos Rider. I want to Exilk Enders. Yeah, it's a Kefefi card. AI tweets before AI even existed. Bless you, Mr. Streamer. You're welcome. I'm bit. I can't even pronounce this very well. Bit whiffing right now. This thing's diblicking too much. So anyway, it can diblick away. All right, we definitely no. Okay, we got the steel. We have a Steel Shad Rider. It is a blue-green 3 generic 3/5 human cleric. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, if it's not your turn, you may cast a Steel Shad Rider from your graveyard. Okay, that is interesting, but you can't cast it with Flash. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, if it's not your turn, this is very... So you have to enable your creature to have Flash. Oh wait, it's riding a gigantic fish, and I guess it's underwater, although it's only a human cleric. Okay, whenever a player taps a mountain for mana, you and that player each draw 2 cards. Okay, there. And also, that player can be you! By the way, and if you are the one drawing 2 cards, do you draw 4? I think you draw 4. So you play the Steel Shad Rider, tap a mountain, you draw 2 for tapping the mountain, and you are the player tapping the mountain, so you draw 4 cards for each mountain that you tap. Library of Alexandria, to the greatest power level of all time, has been reincarnated into the Steel Shad Rider. Pretty sure the first ability supersedes the need for Flash like it does with Gale. Maybe? That's not really how a whole lot of cards work, though. Like, you know, with Urza, you can play the card until end of turn, but if it doesn't have Flash, then you really actually can't play it. Can be a bit slow, but bro, I think this card's busted as hell. Tap Mountain? Although it can sort of backfire. It's like... Okay, do you know what this is sort of like? It is very similar in power level to Consecrated Sphinx. But it's way worse. It's way worse. So for like the mono red deck is like, don't mind if I do. Tap another mountain. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, Blood Moon plus this. Now you're just drawing tons of cards. Make sure you don't deck yourself. It's possible. If it said this turn or until end of turn, it'd need Flash. Oh, really? Okay. You may cast... I'm just gonna have to trust you guys. I'm just gonna have to trust you guys on that. So if anyone tries to draw cards, their second card, which is easier to do when you're This is such a... Imagine everyone has a Steel Shad Rider on the battlefield. Is this like remote? Okay, Consecrated Sphinx is a card. It's like 6 mana. This one's 5. Requires 2 colors to play. This might be playable? Because it's in similar busted territory, except it's not that busted. To be fair, it's technically a rare, so the power level does make sense, but in the OT magic way of not having a mythic. I think it's cast upon resolution. Bro, OG way. Don't forget to put Thassa's Oracle in deck. You're gonna need some Thassa's Oracles. There's no way this is playable. Hey, imagine Consecrated Sphinx showed up on this show. You would think, oh, that thing's busted, it's broken, get it out of here. But actually, we know it's like, it's not that bad. Like, it's pretty strong, but it's not that bad. I guess, though, it really sucks if you have no if you're like an Azorius player, you have no mountains, you're in a lot of trouble. Instant Wooburg staple? Quite possibly. Okay, to be on the safe side, we'll disqualify it. I think it's a very interesting... You and that player each draw 2 cards. Am I interpreting this right? Like, if you tap mountains, you're definitely drawing at least 2. I'm just wondering if you can draw 4. Ristic, thank you so much for your super chat. Hello, Nikachu. Last AI stream, I fell in love with Tappy and made a custom figurine of him. Wow! I don't know if I'm allowed to post links in these cards, but he's on tag me on Twitter. I'd love to retweet it. But he's on Thingiverse, available for download. Yeah, tag me on Twitter with this thing. Or X, as it's, I still call it Twitter. If I go twitter.com, it still takes me there. I make a good statement typed properly. Nikachu doesn't read it. I type something like I'm an idiot, and bam, he reads. Yeah, I read all the stupid stuff. That's how it works around this show. Things that make sense. Get it out of here. Okay, we got the Pentavel. It's a white 3 generic 4/4 human cleric. Whenever Pentavel enters the battlefield or attacks, create a token that's a copy of Pentavel. Whoa, this can get out of hand. Because if you're making copies, then the copies make copies, and over time, you just keep that. Now, that's compound interest, because you keep doubling the number of creatures in play. Will work really well if you get extra combat steps. You may search your library for a card named Pentavel, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. What? Is this like one of those things you can just automatically go into your deck and say, hey, look, this card says I can search for it. This is not an ETB trigger. Oh, no, this is, oh, so it may not be an ETB trigger, but it's just an ability that I can use at any time. It says, you may search your library for a card named Pentavel, reveal it, put in your hand. So if you'd like kill this thing, in response, I'll just go get another one. I can infinitely go get one, get them. Damn, should be an ETB. This is stronger than ETB. You can go into your library, get all your Pentavels out of your deck. I think there's some there's not some cards in the game where it renames everything in your deck to that card? I can't remember. That's a bit too much, Pentavel. It's a mandatory ETB trigger, so you must get infinite tokens immediately? Huh? Yeah, it's not an ETV, it's an activated ability without quotes. As I'm understanding it. Yeah, the tokens would definitely make more tokens. The tokens make tokens on top of the tokens. Hey Monkey with the very $1 super chat. If you donate $2, you get to write something with the super chat. Okay, Hit Monkey, what is your message? Looks like you super chatted before the message. Yeah, Pithing Needle this thing. I don't even know if Pithing Needle hits this thing, because I think Pithing Needle hits anything with a colon or a tap. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is an activated ability. If you have some sack outlet that deals damage, it's over. Not really. Because you just put this card in your hand, right? The first ability causes instant infinite copies? Really? When it enters the battlefield or attack. Oh yeah! This is insane! Yeah, when it enters the battlefield, you get a token. And when that token enters the battlefield, you get a token. When another thing hits the battlefield, you get a token. Oh, thanks so much for the donation, Hit Monkey. Yeah, I totally missed this. This is beyond busted or stupid. This is just it's not exactly instant win, though, because you do have to wait to the next turn. If your opponent can wipe the board, perhaps with that one card, the first one, where you tap and bounce all the creatures back to their hand, it actually might work. Yeah, Hushbringer does bring the balance of this thing in play. But that is a one-card army. Basically, put infinite creatures on the battlefield, but you do have to stop at some point. There's a battlefield or attacks crate. Oh, actually, the game gets locked up. It doesn't stop making tokens, so it draws the coffee and buns. Very astute and sharp. Reading that this is not a May trigger. So this is just play this thing and lock up the game, and it's jammed. We jam the game up. Infinite triggers. Hey, shuffle it up and do another one. Your opponents are like, when is this gonna end? It doesn't. We do it for forever, damn it. Okay, the game is a draw. Good game, everybody. Let's play another one. Alright, the Accorder Illusionist. It's a blue 1 generic 1/4 human soldier with Shroud. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white Kithkin soldier creature token named Scarecrow. Activated ability of a creature or planeswalker. Now, be very careful. The name is Scarecrow, activated ability of a creature or planeswalker. That is the whole name. It's not like it's not called as. It doesn't end anywhere. So we just get a 1/1 Kithkin soldier with a very stupid long name for 2 mana, and this thing has Shroud. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's a very, very stupid name, but this is a pretty playable card. You have a 1/4, pretty amazing blocker. It's got Shroud, so nothing can damage it, and you get like it's basically 2 power. I can't remember. Does it have flying? No, it doesn't. It's just you just get a 1/1 with the weirdest name of all time. The name is almost angle shooting people. It's like, what kind of activated ability of a creature or planeswalker is it gonna get? Should I counterspell this? They let it resolve and they realize it's just a 1/1. Just a 1/1 Kithkin soldier. That's it. It had a very fancy name. Most angle shooting name of all time. The token is in the comments. Is it real? It is! It is actually as advertised. Scarecrow activated ability of a creature or planeswalker. It's adorable. It looks like one of those pop. What is it? Pop. They're those little soldiers with the the little toys with the big head. Pop. I think it's Pop something. I can't remember. Dan Trance wants that token. Make it legendary, and it's the best blue commander. You would play this as a commander? I don't think that's the... Funk Pop? Maybe it's Funk Pop. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Funk Pop, but this is like Chibi or whatever. Okay. And there is literally a Scarecrow in the background. Guarding the Scarecrow. Which might have activated abilities and planeswalkers. Now, AI knows how to make things cute. First we had Tappy, and now to combine Tappy, to get the whole collection for Christmas, you need to get Tappy, and then you need Scarecrow activated ability of a creature or planeswalker. Will be the most annoying thing to look up in the toy catalog, yes, but it is real. And we got another super chat from Robert. Thank you so much. Morning Coffee Crew. This isn't related, but I was curious to see your thoughts on the new hidden cycle. For example, being Hidden Cataract. They all look very good for just commons. Sorry, this is not the show for this. I was curious to see your thoughts on the new hidden cycle. I don't even know what that is. Example, being Hidden Cataract. I don't know what it is. Sorry about that, Robert. Make mention of that in... I don't even know what show you can present that in. Whatever, some show about cycles. Reaper King would love this? I don't know it. This is a Kithkin soldier. Anyway, I think this is very playable. Absolutely playable. And I think it's just legal. Ooh, that's a nice alternate art wastes. That home went to waste. The Mistfall Zealot. It is. Red 3 generic 2/3 zombie elf. Creepy. Mistfall Zealot isn't equipled. No, it isn't. Some assembly required. Equipment sold separately. But if you want, you can get the combo. Mistfall Zealot and Sword of Fire and Ice. Yeah, not equipled. I don't know, I guess they tried to... They're trying to fix... I have no excuse for it. There's no reason to have the damn L there. Some spell checker didn't work. They didn't pay for Microsoft Word's, I don't know, yearly... What's it called? The yearly subscription. They didn't get Microsoft 360 or whatever it's called. Do you plan on making a draft cube with all these approved AI cards? Absolutely not. I do not have the resources. If you want to see gameplay with stuff like this, like Card Market did several videos on that. So I got a team that printed all this stuff out. Like, who am I going to play against? Myself? I got nobody. Not a creature? Not a... Oh yeah, it's not even a creature. You can't even equip this thing. It's nothing. It's literally a card on the battlefield. It's got the same permanent type as, like, an instant or sorcery. Is this even allowed to hit the battlefield? Does having power and toughness give it some creature card type to any degree? Get it out of here. It isn't equipled, and it's not playable either. Alright, the Galvanic Look It. It'd be looking at you. Black 2 generic. A lot of these AI cards, they want you to look at them. Because they want you to read the fine text. Sorcery, until end of turn. Whenever a player, draw a card. But what is supposed to happen after they draw a card? Do I get to draw a card? Do I look at the card getting drawn? Nobody will ever know. Anyway, okay. This is a nonsense card. Chaos did not quite ensue, but it's not even doable, alright? This is not even a doable card. Until end of turn, whenever a player draw a card. And it's sorcery. Until end of turn, whenever a player draw a card, dot. Add a few more dots to it. Dot, dot, dot. Lord of the Rings wizard? Yeah, it's Gandalf sitting on a cliff. Actually, it looks like it's top of a mountain. Don't even know how he got up there. Oh well, it's magic. It's flying. You are always a player. Where did I saw it? You are always a player. Instant Thoracle win. Until end of turn, whenever a player draw a card. So yeah, so how do I interpret this? Until end of turn, whenever a player... Is it like whenever someone does something accordance to whenever a player, we draw a card? Or I draw a card? So like, maybe that's how it works. Whenever someone does something according to a card, says whenever a player, then I draw a card until end of turn. But if that's on an enchantment, I'd imagine you have a card that says whenever a player draws a card, which you'll do as you keep drawing cards, you keep triggering this damn thing. Anyway, I don't want to think about it too hard. Ah! It's that guy again. It's a forest. Disappear the tree. You can do that with fire anytime. Okay, red 3 generic, instant. Choose one. Disappear the tree deals 2 damage to each creature. Probably the ones that are living in the tree. And then exile each creature you don't control. Whoa! That is a hell of a sweeper. That is really strong. I can exile it's a one-sided board wipe in red. For 1 red, the most splashable card of all time. This is definitely insane power level. First you see your creatures, now you don't. When the dust clears, shouldn't have been living behind trees. Spaceballs the flamethrower. I choose option 1. 2 damage to each creature. That's weird, actually. Yeah, we could deal 2 damage to each creature, which might be good if you're a dinosaur deck with Enrage. Or you can make sure that you exile all the creatures you don't control. That is just... Why give yourself those options? Any reason you'd pick the first mode? Probably for Enrage if you're a dinosaur deck. Maybe also if... I don't know. Can't think of many reasons. Oh my god, it's instant speed too. This is just nuts. Choose one with more than one option. AI has surpassed us. We have to choose only one. Not much choice, in my opinion. You know, we're probably going for the second one. Probably. Death triggers, maybe? Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe you need the death triggers, or you'd prefer your opponent to have some death triggers, because if the creature dies, you get something. It's probably there's some niche uses out of the first half, but forget first half, we're going with the second half. Anyway, get it out of here. Too busted. That is way too strong. It made sense, though. It 100% made sense. Revenge of the Unsaged. Oops, I screwed up something. Okay, this show actually might be a little bit longer. I screwed up my music. Okay, we have Revenge of the Unsaged. It's a red X sorcery. Revenge of the Unsaged deals 9 damage to any target. What? But what's the point of... Okay, X is useless. So it's just 2 red, deal 5 damage. Broken! Absolutely broken. The X is to play around... What's it called? Chalice of the Void. No, we have sponsors. I'm not forgetting my sponsors. We're going to do the sponsors. This is... I don't even know if this is the strongest burn spell in the AI multiverse. I think, because there are some that are just like, pay a red, deal X damage to whatever you want, and just kill them. I choose to pay 2 for X because... just for fun. 3 lightning bolts in the trench coat. And for 1 less, too. Yeah, it's lightning strike, but, way more damage. Infinitely more damage. Finally a good upgrade for Burn. Yeah, Burn was waiting for this damn thing. Funny thing is that, like, it's probably fine in Commander. Like, it does a lot of damage for 2 red. Who am I kidding? Everyone will play this damn thing for this amount of mana. Alright. It's busted. Oh, I see. We're just gonna have late sponsors. That's all. Hold on. Okay, I just mixed up my music. That's all. You love AI-generated cards, but you know what? We play this game because we love real cards as well. And I buy my real cards from FusionGamingOnline.com. What is the deal? This is not the deal of the week. We got a massive sale going on. It is the Fusion Gaming, up to 50% off tons of items, November 13th to 22nd. You got to check out the Black Friday sale. They can't send sealed product outside of Canada, but they can send singles. So that's a good thing. They send singles internationally. Also, you can get your Lost Caverns of Ixalan cards. I'm going to get my Tishana's Tidebinder. I got to get my Deep Root Pilgrimages. I believe I'm going to get them from FusionGamingOnline.com. And you can support the channel when you are also supporting yourself by getting 5% off using coupon code Nikachu at checkout. Please use it to offset those Canadian taxes. And we're going to also thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online, to explore all the new decks that you can play when a new set comes out. Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Are you going to upgrade your dinosaur deck? The vampires, the merfolk, the pirates? Find out first by renting the cards with Mana Traders. And when you approve, then you can buy them in real, on paper, at FusionGamingOnline.com. But first, rent with Mana Traders to know for sure if those are the cards right for you. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_3KF. And back to the insanity. That is the AI generated cards. Okay, now we go back. Okay, now it's the first time I mixed up my music. Imodain requires a single target. I don't know what you're talking about. Imodain, that's the one that would make the 2 damage a better choice than Exile. Oh, interesting. Gotcha. Okay, Revenge of the Unsaged. No. No revenge. Get it out of here. 9 damage in my 60 card formats. Burn would be top tier instantaneously. We send singles internationally. Mail order, bride business, or trading card company. The choice is yours. The Sneaking Monk. We got a red 2 generic 2/2 human wizard. Each creature gets +2/+2 and has pay a red. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. What? So okay, hold on. Whoa. Okay, I got to interpret this thing a little bit. Oops, no, this is the wrong one. Each creature gets +2/+2. So that is a massive lord, including itself. So it's a 3-mana 4/4, and it gives them all fire breathing. So each creature gets this huge buff, and they have the option to get even more buffed. You can also pay a black 5 generic to untap the Sneaking Monk. It's funny, we have very few cards today that, like, we can't understand what the hell they do. We understand all these cards. Go infinite? I don't think you go in. Each creature gets +2/+2, and they just have fire breathing, that's all. So I don't think everyone goes infinite. Yeah, you can untap the thing. So, you know, they balance the card out. Do you want to give your stuff fire breathing, or do you want to untap your Sneaking Monk? It's going to be quite the decision. It's symmetrical, so opponents are buffed too. This Zybers, says Coffee and Buns. This card Zybers. Opponents' creatures as well. Oh yeah! What the hell? What kind of chaos is this? Each creature, it's not each creature you control, it's all of them. All creatures, so your opponents get them as well. All right, everyone. We're all bigger now, so that we can get out of range of the disappear the tree, just in case the opponent deals 2 damage to everything, which they shouldn't do once the Sneaking Monk is now on the battlefield. What if the opponent doesn't have creatures? Well, screw them. Their loss. Ha! Not playing creatures in the Sneaking Monk metagame. Fools! They don't get the benefit of the buff. Mono no aware. It would be fun to pause the scrolling for a bit sometimes to investigate how the cards are made. It does seem they are getting smarter. I have no idea how to. I don't know what you mean. I don't even know what you mean by that. Guy says, I spent 30 minutes looking for the original Zyber episode and couldn't find it. When was it? It's one of the early ones. Actually, in the Discord, I think one of our raccoon specialists gave like a little bit of a lore history. Which videos and which cards. I know there's so many cards now. The lore to AI is going deep. We keep adding more and more keywords to this thing. I guess we can print this. I mean, it helps the opponent. It's going to be extra punishing to the control decks that don't play creatures, though. Yeah, that's what MTG needs. More red aggro support. Hey, remember, it supports you too. Although the fire breathing is useless on their side. So the fire breathing only benefits you. Yeah, one of our raccoon special. We got a lot of raccoon fans around here. Marv! Thanks so much for the super chat. This is my first time I watch one of your AI streams live. They are awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Marv. I will. AI streams to the end. All right, we got Mountain. We got the Sliver Pixie. Sliver Pixie is a white 3 generic. Love the art. This is a banger art. 2/2 beast flying. Whenever Sliver Pixie deals combat damage to a player, you may discard a card at the beginning of the next end step. Why would I want to do that? That was very, very underwhelming. I deal damage. I may discard a card. Okay, that's actually maybe there's something good to that. So I don't know, like if I have a madness deck and I don't have to discard, that is completely optional. He was raised from cold to the temporal wolf, both chaos. Came from chaos ensued. Chaos ensued, people. This is a perfectly legal card. Voted for flying. Yes, you have more options. Yeah, madness ensues. The 4/4 for a 2/2 that I have the option to discard cards. This is just crap. Yeah, both chaos. Both chaos. Everything. We could say that to like a split card that is just a bunch of gibberish. Yeah, both of them. I guess it's in reference to like both beasts. There's one. Here's the second one. Oops, we went back to the Wii Shop music. Today's a mess, which is funny because I had really good sleep and I thought I was early for today. All right, the Mage Void. It's a green 1 generic instant with Convoke. Create 2 0/1 spells, creature tokens. Oh, I mean, maybe you have 0/1s on the stack, I guess. Maybe that's possible. Okay, this is the first time that they are referencing tokens that are on the stack. But usually you don't say create. Usually you say, you know, put 2 0/1 spell creature tokens on the stack. So I guess it's possible. So instead of putting them in play, they actually can be countered. Yeah, named spells. Oh, is that how I should interpret it? Create 2 0/1 spells creature tokens. Okay. Do you know what? I guess that's how it's supposed to be interpreted. Spells are the type. Spells Kindred. Aren't we all playing the Spells Kindred deck? We are all playing them. Every deck, or almost everything in your deck is a spell outside the lands. I think the name of the creatures are spells. Yeah, I agree. Spells, not spells, so it's not a creature type. I think they just had a little bit of a typo. They screwed up. Okay, spells is a creature type. The wizard in the picture is holding the spells in his hand. Yeah, I guess that's it. They're going to attack as incarnate creatures. Changelings are now spells. Not sure if that breaks anything. That's a good point. Counter target spell. Not that it mattered before. Oh yeah, you can't play spells that have like blah 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 for the thing. I am the true Spells Kindred. I guess this is a pass. I guess it barely passes. Very bizarre card. Cool art for a green card though. Awaken Golem. Awaken Golem is a black 3 generic big kitty black cat in golem form, I guess. Bestow. Oh god, does anyone know what bestow is? It just turns the card into like an aura onto the creature. Okay, if you cast this card for its bestow cost, it's an aura spell with enchant creature. It becomes a creature again if it's not attached to a creature. And if I understand correctly, if you try to bestow something, you kill the creature in response, this creature just comes into play as a creature, not as an aura anymore. It's indestructible. That's good. If a non-creature source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals 1 damage to you. If a non-creature source you control, that's interesting. So if you deal damage with lightning bolt, it deals that much damage to me. So only attack with the creatures. And the activated ability, red, black, 2 generic. Return Awaken Golem from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Wow! This actually is very real. And it's for Mardu players. So you can get this. I actually think this is just gonna be a real card. It's not. It's like a pretty clunky card. You can give something else indestructible. Like, it's basically just make something indestructible and don't be shooting anybody with non-creature sources. You still ping people with your creatures, though, because that's still a creature source. Why would you ever want to bestow it? To give one creature you own indestructible. So you don't want to have this thing just by itself. This card would be fun to give to a burn player. There you go. Beamtown Bully's thinking. Although they would probably just not play any burn spells, just attack you with an indestructible creature. You should use a non-creature source because you instantly kill yourself. Oh, is that true? But Bestow didn't do anything because none of these effects have enchant creature. What is a Bestow creature? Well, I mean, indestructible is theoretically an enchant creature thing. No? Or is it just templated a little bit wrong for Bestow? What is a Bestow creature? Can I just look up Bestow? It shows me something. Nope, that's not it. Look at that. Clunch the Bestower, no Bestow. Unbelievable. I don't remember a single Bestow creature, so I guess I just can't look it up. Cannot verify if this works or not. It would only give indestructible if it says to give... Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. It would give indestructible, which is the most relevant. Also, I think it gives, if a non-creature source you control would deal damage, I think it would work. Like, I think that would work as well. If the main creature dies, you get the bestowed creatures, right? I don't remember. I can't remember. I think you don't. I think you only get the bestowed creature if the creature you targeted died in response. I think that's the only thing. Boon Satyr gives +4/+2, but also says enchanted creature. Okay, whatever. Look, I think the bestow thing supersedes everything else, in my opinion. I could be wrong, though. I'm going to give it a pass. I like it. It's a cool card. Okay, we got the... What the hell is this? Citadel Force. For a green, it's a 2/1 Phyrexian Juggernaut. Looks lost. Brow merfolk creatures you control have rear heg. Not any type of merfolk. The brow merfolk. The ones with the big eyebrows on them. And I've always wanted to give my merfolk rear heg. I mean, this is one of those times I'm going to look up online. What is if rear heg is even a thing? Rear heg. No, Google can't bring up anything. Rear heg doesn't exist. Which means this thing doesn't exist. Chaos ensued just a little over here. A little chaos. It's a, yeah, it is a Savannah Alliance at the very least. Also a Phyrexian. Don't Google that. Yeah, who knows what rear heg will bring up. Yeah, new mechanic just dropped. I really wish they gave us some explanation for some of these abilities in the, like, some reminder text. The AI has analyzed a bazillion cards and barely ever gives us reminder text for any of the new abilities that it gives us. Almost none. And sometimes when they do, they just reference a completely different ability that already exists. Okay, Gruul of the Past. Wow, Gruul doesn't exist anymore in the future. 6 mana for a legendary artifact. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 and hexproof. I have a feeling a lot of you want that card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Gruul of the Past is tapped, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token for each creature you control at the beginning of your upkeep. It is impossible to activate this. The only way you can get this off is you somehow get this tapped and then give it the ability that it does not untap during your untap step, because you cannot activate anything during your untap step, or you can't even do anything during your untap step. You'll immediately go to your upkeep and then it will be untapped and it'll just not trigger. Pretty easy to tap. No, it won't work. It's not it isn't impossible. It's just something really hard. What is Maria? I don't know what Maria does, but I'm assuming prevent from untap. There we go. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Winter Orb is maybe a good example. Or Stasis. The Winter Orb only affects the lands, doesn't it? So maybe Stasis. So you tap this thing with stasis. Stasis says you can only untap 2 permanents, so that's how you can keep this thing tapped. Yeah, turn it into a creature. There you go. You people are getting creative. You people are working really damn hard for that 1/1 Saproling. A little too hard, I think. This thing passes. It's a weird, like, coat of arms / hexproof effect. I think a lot of you people would like this card. It works. It legit works. The Gitaxian Laboratory is a black 1 generic artifact. Gitaxian Laboratory can't be blocked by creatures with flying. There we go. This card voted for deeply. What are they doing here? Did they, like, glue their eyeballs open or something? If lovers you control are all artifacts in addition to their other types, it gains protection from the chosen color. What the hell is going on here? If lovers you control are all artifacts in addition to their other types, lovers sounds like an interesting mechanic that they haven't made yet. Yes, I want a flying versus deeply dual deck. When are they gonna make it happen? Wow, if you only have robot girlfriends, you get protection. Lovers. The lovers X and Y cards. Oh, that's interesting. I have a feeling there's like some, maybe those partners are lover. The partners! Partners! If lovers you control are all, if your partners, if you have 2 partners and they're artifacts, you gain, Gitaxian Laboratory gains protection from the chosen color. Let's not forget, this card does nothing. Like, it's literally does stone cold, like, crap. It's just a 2-mana artifact that sits on the battlefield. I mean, if you can animate it, it can't be blocked by creatures with flying, but that's about it. Outside, oh, and as this niche protection if you have like 2 partners on the battlefield. Lovers could be like partners, but if you lose one, you'll lose the other. There we go. I like the sound of that. Yeah, the card is Hot Garbo. It's nice to interpret. But Stone Cold does nothing. But it's like a future sight card. It might be alluding to future mechanics that we are interested in. My partner isn't an artifact. They have to become part of the Phyrexian Revolution, damn it. They have to become part of the Phyrexians. Okay, the Maid of Ancient Explosion. The Maid of Ancient Explosion. It is a green 3 generic enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, destroy that permanent except damage. The name and the picture is beautiful. Oh, I wish this card did something. Oh, it's not doable. It's not even a doable card. At the beginning of your upkeep, destroy that permanent except damage. Yeah, Chaos Ensued. We didn't actually have a whole lot of Chaos Ensued cards today. The Maid of Ancient Explosion. Oh, it's my upkeep. You know what was coming. They said the Maid was gonna clean things up in Ravnica, and she delivered. Yeah, anime chaos ensues. Kawaii chaos. How can you destroy damage? No, except damage. We can destroy everything except the damage, apparently. Whatever the hell that means. Yeah, I love the artwork. I found my thumbnail for today. Whatever, moving on. Okay, we have Ariala, God of the Wool. I am the God of the Wool. I will knit a sweater for you. Okay, we have a red 3 generic 4/4 Niveton wizard. Commander creatures you own draw 4 cards. What? And then put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. And also has loyalty. -8. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with defender. But unfortunately, it doesn't come into play with any loyalty, so cannot activate this ability. Or not very well. Commander creatures you own draw 4 cards. What the hell does that mean? I can just draw 4 cards whenever I want to do it? Yeah, no way to uptick. No uptick, only downtick. This card doesn't go up, it goes down. It's the God of the Wool, damn it. It's the worst Planeswalker ultimate ever. Yeah, -8. Get a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Impressive. Very, very impressive. Imagine the work you have to do to turn this thing into a planeswalker. And you also have to grant it the abilities of some other planeswalker to tick it up only to get this 1/1 soldier. This gives you creatures and cleatures. No sheep tokens? Flavor fail. Yeah, it should have been a sheep. Get a little Okay, this card doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I don't even know how you draw 4 cards off of your planeswalkers. Oh! It's a trap! Okay, it's a blue 1 generic instant. Cast this spell only during combat. You don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. Draw a card. And it's permanent! You permanently cannot lose the game for having 0 or less life. It doesn't even say, like, that's the trap. Oh, you went to combat? Well, trap. I'm gonna trap. You get trapped. Yeah, you activated my trap card by just passing through the turn. And you draw a card off the damn thing. This card is absolutely insane. Imagine a control deck gets access to this. That would be completely bonkers. Yeah, balance, send to print. Imagine you're a creature deck. You go to attack, you attack. The control player says, okay, I play trap. Opponent looks at this. Now the control player does not lose the game for having 0 less life, and they draw a card. Just, it would be the most insane card of all time. Tyreek Smith, thank you very much for your super chat. One more, please. All right, you paid for it, so we'll do another one. This might be a different infinite money glitch. Surely it gives an instant it stops at the end of that phase. No, it didn't say until end of turn. It has to say until end of turn. This is a permanent ability. You don't lose the life. You don't lose the game for having 0 less life. Otherwise, it would say at end of turn. Loses to mill, so balanced. Now imagine the opponent also does the same damn thing. So, like, you trap and your opponent also plays trap. Now, like, what the hell is this game about? Now it's like, okay, how many cards are in your library? How many cards are in my library? Okay, I have less cards, I lose. Good game. I have no other way of doing anything. All right, moving on. Okay, we got super chatted to look at. Was this a card before? Blessed Winds. Tap when you. Hold on, we might as well. Okay, Blessed Winds. Tap when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn. Copy that spell unless any player pays 2. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell unless... That actually could be insane. Now, it's a land. You can't search it out. It doesn't tap for mana. Remember, it does not tap for mana, but it does copy your stuff. But anyone can pay 2, so it will only work when somebody taps out. Wow, wow, Aristic card? Yeah, it's Aristic card. We need more lands that don't produce mana. But does something else. I actually think this is playable. There's a lot of combo decks that I don't think would want to play this card because it would just be too backbreaking. And there's no guarantee that you actually get this off. And it's complete free information while it's on the battlefield. I actually think you can definitely... This card is definitely a pass. Oh, it looks like people have found out how to keep the show going on. We just pay to extend the show. The moment we start getting repeats of, like, from last week, though, that's definitely when it ends. Okay, Urson, the Palishing Golem. It's a blue 3 generic 2/2 human wizard with Companion. It's a Companion? Your starting life total is greater than 1? Well, what format would that not be? I mean, seriously. And what the hell is with this flavor text? You are dead. No. I start with at least 4 life. I would play this card, to be honest. I'm a mono blue deck that has no access to a companion, so a random 2/2 creature for 4 mana, I'll take it. You are dead. Or maybe it's talking to the opponent. You are dead. You're doomed. Starting life total is greater than 1. To survive or more. I don't know what the hell the point of that thing is. So companion, your starting life total is greater than 1. Well, I mean, every format your starting life total is greater than 1, so this is a pass. Oh, damn it, you people. One more! Well, apparently everyone's gonna get in there. Okay. The Savage Wastement. It's a 4-mana land. Tap, add a green. You may cast night spells as though they had flash. You may cast spells from among cards you own in exile without paying their mana cost. Whoa! That card's probably broken. Hold on, wait a minute. This is a land that costs mana? What the hell is going on over here? 4 mana to get this land in play. I don't think the mana cost matters. I guess what ends up happening is this just doesn't have... It's a land I'm pretty sure I can play for free, but it doesn't have a mana value of 0. It just randomly has a mana value of 4, if that ever randomly matters, period. Yeah, it costs 4, people. Doesn't cost nothing. And I don't know what to say, but I mean, it's just a superior land. I mean, it's just like, it's Forest Plus. You can cast night spells as though they had flash, so the night decks are happy about it. And you can cast spells from among cards you own in exile without paying their mana costs. I can't think of... Well, I mean, you already get the cards for free with Cascade. I'm just trying to think. There is some situations where cards get exiled, and I guess you just get to play them. Maybe with like Tasha's Hideous Laughter, sort of. Does that? Oh, I'm just curious. Does Tasha's Hideous Laughter? Can you target yourself? Each opponent. Okay, forget it. It doesn't work. My plan foiled immediately. I'm just trying to think of some situation where you can like exile a bunch more cards. And then just use the exile zone as like your hand effectively. You can have like, and also you can't discard for hand size in exile. This would open up the game big time. Wait, this is just broken against anything that exile. Oh, can I cast from any exile zone? You may cast spells from among cards you own. It has to be you own in exile, so not your opponent's stuff. But you can get back all your stuff that got exiled. Oh yeah, so like if your opponent plays Solitude, Path to Exile, Prismatic Ending, Swords to Plowshares, you can get it back. This card's busted. No, I'm gonna say this card is very strong. Okay, this card is obviously very good, but I don't know if it's broken. Like, it's a very, very good card. It'd be a snap include in like every green deck. Exile your graveyard. Okay, Toads broke it. Toads broke the card. Yeah, this card's broken. You just play Rest in Peace with this. And just make sure you keep exiling from your graveyard. And you effectively get all your cards back. Your cards just don't go away anymore. Okay, so, yeah, this unfortunately... Oh, it's such a neat design. It could stop at night spells you control have flash, but the bottom part is just way too strong. Tyreek, thanks for keeping the show going. Also, everyone else, very much, I'm sure all the fans watching on are appreciating it. The Airgeist. It's a black, blue, white, 2 generic, 3/4 elf warrior. They look like they're some sort of... I want to say they're like plumbers or electricians, or they do something. They're movers, I don't know. And they're like posing for some sort of infomercial. Okay, it's an elf warrior. Pay with a very non-elf creature color types. So 3/4, pay a blue 3 generic, tap, put any number of 1/1/1 counters on the Airgeist. You can any no. What? No way. Okay, well, it doesn't have vigilance. No, okay, we'll give it. I'll say what's fair about this. It has summoning sickness. You have to tap it. So if you tap it, you can put an infinite number of counters on it, but then it can't even attack on that turn. And then you could just block it. Okay, it does have the ability, black 2 generic, remove a +1/+1 counter from Airgeist. Create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. Now hear me out. I actually think this is relatively fair. Yeah, so it's just basically an infinitely large creature. And you can remove them. You can remove the counters to make 4/4 creatures. It actually, yeah, I know, it's so slow. It's so, yeah, it dies to removal. you get like basically 2 rotations before they can even do anything about it. I don't know, if they have like 7 mana in play, the next turn you can put a bunch of counters on and get at least a 4/4 angel. Dies to removal. Yeah, this literally could be fair. This actually wouldn't even be that great in Modern or Legacy. Probably broken in Commander, though. Oh, in Funzy Commander, maybe. I will fling you for 2K. Come on, why are we thinking so small? Gotta add some zeros to that 2K. So what are we, does it Zyber? Does it Zyber? I don't know. I'm gonna give it a pass. This is the most broken crap I've ever given a pass to. An it's a 1-card infinitely large creature, but like you can chump block the damn thing. It doesn't even have trample or vigilance or anything. All right, we have Kristoff with at least 3 more Nikachu. So I'm assuming you mean this is your 3rd one. Actually, I think this might be the 4th extra one so far. Sorry. Oh, I thought it was crap. It's on crap. On crap of Gory. The white 1 generic instant Dward for red 2 generic. It's got some sort of weird activated ability on my instant. Switch each creature's ability. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I have no idea what Dward does, but it's not particularly relevant because the other part is pretty interesting. They've never made a card like this. Switch each creature's ability. So you attack me with something indestructible and I do the old switcheroo. Feels very blue-like, though. And then when your opponent sees it, I guess this gets called on crap because when you play the card, your opponent goes, on crap of Gory. Because your creature's probably going to die in combat. That's what's going to happen. Something else gets rear-hegged? Yeah, rear-heg them creatures around. They just made a card for the holiday that does this, changing ability text boxes. Oh, really? Who copied who? Was it the AI or was it Wizards of the Coast? Finally taking inspiration from the AI. As if Dward need more support. I know, Dward's getting too powerful. I'm actually gonna give this a pass. I like the switching ability thing, even for 2 mana. Darkstar Ashura! That and Ozolith, though, is scary. Oh, this thing. You know what? I don't think it matters all that much, because with the Ozolith, you have to dump it all in 1 creature anyway, and usually it's just... If there's a threshold, when you have enough counters, that's it. It's just like, it's OP, it's over. There's nothing you can do about it. Alright, you super chatted, so we'll look at one more. The Rakdos Runner. Not, in fact, Rakdos at all. Calls itself Rakdos Runner, but it's a completely white card. But it's a 3/7 Elk Wizard for 5 mana with Menace. Whenever Rakdos Runner attacks, creatures you control gain flying until end of turn. Voted for flying. The new creature card remain... The new creature card... Sorry, the new creature card remain. It has... This creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. Chaos ensues. He's ex-Rakdos, thus the runner, and still running from Rakdos. Oh yeah, that makes some sense to me. Those Rakdos people, they're crazy. They're a cult. I didn't know we killed people there. Anyway. Oh, you got there just... I was just about to end the show. I was about to just stone cold end the damn thing. Maverick says 1 more. Please! 1 more! Look at that wastes. Okay, Circular Paladin. Blue to generic 2/2. Arcane. Haste! The spell cannot be countered! Circular Paladin attacks each combat if able. And as long as you've drawn 3 or more lands. Well, how are we determining that? Create those tapped and attacking all creatures you control. Each gain, draw a card, and create a 1/1 white core Mercantile creature token with trample. We got it, boys and girls. We have Chaos Ensues. This is a genuine Chaos Ensues at the end of the show. Completely unplayable garbly gook. At first I was like, how on earth are we going to determine how I drew 3 cards at the beginning of the game? Create those tapped and attacking all creatures you control. Each gain, draw a card, and create a 1/1 white core Mercantile creature token with the trample. You better believe it. And with that, can we please stop super chatting? This is pathetic. Will you just keep super chatting? Oh, do we get one more? Okay. I gotta give that super chat sound effect. The Fourbold Awakening. Oh my god, it's about 0 mana. Okay, 0 mana. 1/2 creature. When Fourbold Awakening enters the battlefield, destroy all wizards. We also have Morph 2. To Cole Benev Yo Hing after you control sacrificing all creatures. What the hell? It's not the Morph I remember. And we got Loman Counter. Remove your chosen colors. That might be relevant in some situations. That's interesting. So it has the... Okay, hold on. This is funny. It's got the ability to remove its colors. This card has no colors. It's a 0 mana colorless creature. It's a soccer ball, for crying out loud. But it's got Bushido 1. And at the beginning of your Frau Eager's upkeep, you draw a card this game. This is quite beautiful, but completely unplayable. Gotta keep track of all the super chats I've done. Balder with the super chat. Donate 4x. I am 1 card per super chat. And I'm gonna cut it off at like probably the 30-minute mark. Although I appreciate the super chats. The thing is, with this show, it would probably just never end. It would just go on for absolute eternity until we like got back into the backlog of like last 2 weeks. Pen the Wisdom. It's a black, red 2/4 bear flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 3 or more time counters on Pen the Wisdom, you may draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 3 or more time counters? That's possible now, right? Like, did something come from, did the time counters exist or come into existence through Doctor Who? Because I think this is a real thing. Yeah, Nikachu streams AI-generated cards for 24 hours. I'm sure it would happen, too. I'd probably make good money on that show, too. The show ends when the super chats end. Maybe I should have a show like that. The AI ends when the super chats end. It's like a 4-hour show. Okay, we have a red. Anyway, it's a flying bear. Voted for flying, that's for sure. If there are 3 more time. At the beginning of your upkeep, I can draw a second card if we have time counters on this damn thing. I don't even know how. Suspend gives time counters. Oh, okay. So we have to give this thing suspend. And then we can draw a card. 2 cards each turn. I mean, it's a playable card. It's doable. I don't know if it's Zyber's, but it's doable. Technically, time counters have existed for as long as vanishing. All right. All right, next super chat. Mamfaxo wants to extend the show, because why not? Everyone's doing the damn thing. 1 super chat, 1 more AI-generated card. We got Cena. The Cloud Crasher. It's a red, 4 generic, 3/3 Orc Warrior. Whenever Cena Cloud Crasher attacks, another target creature you control gains investing until end of turn. Whenever a creature token with flying deals damage to you, Cena Cloud Crasher deals that much damage to any target. When it attacks, another target creature you control gains investing. Are they gonna make good money in the multiverse? Like, what's going on over here? The stock market crash looks like it. Oh yeah, they got like something going on in the background right now. They're doing some sort of stock analysis back there. Whenever a creature token with flying deals damage to you, Cena Cloud Crash deals that much damage to any target. All right, voted for deeply. You attack us, we attack you. No flyers around here, damn it. Also, you got to make sure that flyer can deal. The flyer better have more toughness than it has power. Or else it's going straight back to the flyer. Yeah, invest into MTG cards. Well, not investment advice. I thought today was custom cards. No, that's every 2 weeks. It rotates. AI generated custom. AI generated custom. Voted deeply. Also voted for the stock market. Welcome, Lanny. You are here through the power of the super chats who want the show to keep going on. Thank you so much, Augie. 1 super chat, 1 new card. Okay, this card, by the way, actually sort of works. It sort of doesn't. Hold on. Another target creature you control gains investing. We don't even know what investing means. Okay, for that, I would actually have to disqualify it. The second part works, though. Second part, doable. First part, we don't know what investing means in the multiverse. Invest in mana? Green 2 generic instant. Disaster Archangel. Exile all creatures. They can't be regenerated. Well, I mean, the card's not wrong. When you exile the creatures, they certainly cannot be regenerated. I mean, you can try, but you will fail miserably. The agony is terrible. Another flying creature around here. Disaster Angel. Is this like the Midas touch? Why is it everywhere I go, I blow everything up? This is terrible. The art for this is... who said that? Someone said the art for this card is sick. It looks so confused. Yeah, go straight to exile. Now green has board wipes. See, they're giving green everything these days. The agony is terrible. Who has the agony? I guess just the angel. This is the only time I've seen AI flavor text actually match the rest of the card. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's a coin flip. Oh yeah, it's instant speed. As if control decks didn't have more powerful sweepers. We need more powerful sweepers to deal with all the other busted cards that are going around here. Investing would be cool if you can put like a counter on a creature and then each turn it deals damage to a player, you put a counter on it. When it has X counters, sacrifice, and draw X cards. Sounds like investing is something like proliferate. Yeah, Smokey the Bear would not approve. Technically playable, technically busted, so disqualified. Oh, so disqualified. Send it to the Urank. No way we can play this card. Drew the RN. Thanks so much for your super chat. I got 3 Force Negations, 2 Chalice of the Voids, and 1 extra Cavernous Souls to try and bring my Merfolk Modern deck up to date. Looking for more content before playing Paper Modern. Need more advice from you. The excellent execution. I don't know if I'll get anything out by this Saturday, because right now, Merfolk got a lot of new cards. There's so many different directions to take the deck, and there's no way within, like, I would even say in 2 weeks that we'll know what the best Merfolk build is. But by default, you can be safe with 4 Merfolk Pilgrimages, and also 4 of the Tidebinders. Just jam those in your deck. So far, they are doing really well. Okay, Seraph of the Urgica. I have a feeling this J is silent, like Erica. Okay, we have a Boros for a generic. Card looks great. Look at a sick frame to the sick art. And it is a Phyrexian Golem, 5/5. If an opponent would begin a legendary permanent, exile an opponent's name. You gain life equal to the damage dealt. Now, exiling an opponent's name might be useful because there's a lot of cards where you have to name somebody. So I guess if you exile their name, well, you can't name them anymore. Can't name a player with True Name Nemesis because they've got no name. Yeah, I exile Nikachu's name from the game. So if an opponent would begin a legendary... I don't know what the begin a legendary permanent means. And you gain life equal to the damage dealt. Unfortunately, chaos ensued a little bit too much. Yeah, the no-name nemesis. Emotional damage! I gain life equal to the mental damage from exiling their name. But how do you quantify that? How much damage was that? Gets wiped from the record. What happens when the game is dead? How do I declare that I won the game? Alright, we got XD20. Can you check out my Sly Cooper card? Nope, sorry, I can't look out any cards today. This is an AI show, AI, but I'll tell you what we can do. For your super chat, which everyone's gonna thank you for. We're gonna look at another AI generated card. You gotta be here for it's every second Wednesday, so next week. Next week is the custom card stream. Quicksilver Draneth. It's a blue 4 generic Orc Pirate. When Quicksilver Draneth enters the battlefield, you may exile a card from your hand. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you by a spell or ability unless that player pays 1, and Quicksilver Draneth deals 16 lime to that target them. It deals 16 lime. Well, lime is not damage. 16 lime. Okay, enters the battlefield. I can exile a card from my hand. I can also prevent all damage that would be dealt to you by a spell or ability unless... So basically, if anyone wants to attack but from any source, they got to pay 1. Any source, pay 1. It's gonna be sour. Yeah. It's 16 lime. What's more sour, lime or lemon? Lime is the new MTG color. Didn't you see the news? The 16 lime around here. Does it die on the This day, yeah, it doesn't even resolve properly. It's got no power and toughness. But if it has no toughness, does it really die? It's more like an enchantment at this point. It don't work. Oh, we got Tyreek. Tyreek Smith. Sorry, I lied. Last one, I promise. Oh, you promise, do you? I've heard promises before around this show. It's not the last time I heard someone promise about super chats. Okay, Gel Rasp Gaze. It's an aura for a green 1 generic. Enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has banning goblin. So like you can ban a goblin from the game. Okay, we're banning goblin lackey. It's over. Or actually Muxus. I think people would more want Muxus to be gone. Enchanted creature has banning goblin. Or is it banding? No, it's banning. You see the ban hammer over here. Ban hammer probably sculpted by Tappy himself. Or herself, I actually don't know. Tappy themselves. How many goblins has been banned? Recruiter? Yeah, that's about it. It's the most bannable thing. Ban Squeak! Ban whatever. It's a pretty cool idea, actually. I mean, it's basically like meddling mage, right? You're not really banning the card, but you're just saying that card cannot be played. The Squee counter. Oh yeah, finally a counter to Squee. So if the creature deals damage to a goblin, that goblin gets exiled? No, I literally think you're just naming a goblin and it's gone. Alright, Gobby is free. That's it for template here was pretty crappy, so I'm going to disqualify it. I like the idea, though. I do like the idea. Alright, thank you so much. If you want to be here for Coffee and MTG, you got to be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to help contribute to the show, or extend the show, I guess. Oh, very much appreciated. But we also have to thank the coffee crew that shows up in the morning. Like, Eon 5105 PM. We got Platonic Liquid, Beanpot, Tom Squires, Arcanus, Cyborg. You people, oh my god, the names are coming by so quickly. Matt, Markzilla, Liquid Soulfly, Spectral Maniac, Tyreek, Flawful Waffle, Sushi Elemental, Maverick, Slap Chop. We have Toads, Matt, Lee Fisher, Sharon. Also, can't read it, but I was there. Jonathan V, Teamer, Maverick, Damien, 10X, Molly Girl, Darkstar, Ashura, Drago, Jessica, because this show is nothing without all of you. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves and I will see you at the next cup.